Hello and a warm welcome to Sports Hub. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure for me to be back today because we've been away for 2 weeks for a simple reason of the Olympics, which were on. Very exciting action that we witnessed because we saw some records being broken at the Olympics. That was the third edition being held in Paris, and it was the third time that Paris was hosting these games, becoming the second city after London to host 3 times. So the last time that Paris hosted was in 1924. That's 100 years ago. Some of the people who were present at those games may not even be with us. So Paris was celebrating a centenary occasion of marking 100 years since they hosted the games. So what is pleasing is that at least Zambia managed to mint a medal. So we have more packed for you. And on today's program, it's an exciting one because we have a gentleman who started with another profession, but now he's joined the football profession. He's now a football coach. Started with music, and you know him very well, and I'm sure you should be guessing who could this gentleman be who started with music and now is into football coaching. Just stay with us because that guest will be coming soon. All our segments are on today. We have What's Trending, we have the question photo, we also have the results segment and the main body. So Esther Mwale is already with us just to tell us what's trending. Esther, should I kick or I should throw?
Try kicking. Let's see. Try kicking. Try kicking.
I
was just trying to practice that goal that Barbara Banda had scored at Olympic. But anyway, before we get to that.
Yeah. I'm sure that's how much you were following the Olympics.
Yes, I mean, there were the things that were happening at this point. And yeah, they came to an end yesterday. So we just had to... At least I kept that busy as well, waiting for the, for the season, for the football season to start. So at least we were kept busy with the Olympics. We did not even realize to say, it's the Shan, the Premier League, Super League, it's the MTN Super League. So at least they managed to keep us busy, and we were happy that at least our athletics had to go there and, represent Zambia.
Okay, great. So what's trending?
Well, so much is trending. Like you mentioned, Muzala Samkonga coming home with a bronze. So yeah, that's something that is indeed so exciting. So ladies and gentlemen, Zambia had sent several athletes at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. And out of those athletes, yes, they didn't really perform according to our expectations, but just like everybody had scripted to say, Muzala Samkonga definitely is coming home with something. And indeed, he has finally brought home a medal. So after 28 years of searching, after 28 years of going to every every Olympic Games and coming out without a medal, finally we have a medal as far as the 400-meter race is concerned, and this one was courtesy of Muzala Samkonga. So Muzala Samkonga yet again did deliver justice to everyone. Yes. So what you have to know is that he was taking part in 2 races. The first one was individual of him participating in the 400-meter race, and the second one was with him participating in as far as the men relay race is concerned. But before we get to touch on that, let me just touch more on Muzala Samkonga. So Muzala Samkonga has made the nation really proud, and as a token of just supporting him or of appreciating his efforts, Republican President Hakainde Hichilema has announced through the Minister of Youth, Sports and Arts, as of course Mr. Elvis Nkandu, that he wants to sponsor Muzala to take him to America so that he might be able to, get some training equipment as far as advancing his career is concerned. So this is something that is, something that we rarely see, and just the president doing such kind of a move for Muzala Samkonga, it tells you to say that indeed he did make the whole nation happy. So a big congratulations right there to Muzala Samkonga for making the entire country happy, and also a good move by His Excellency to be able to help Muzala Samkonga just be able to advance his talent. And he has just encouraged other athletes to be able to work hard and make the nation happy. And to those athletes that did not perform according to expectations at the Olympics, he just encouraged them to work harder and be able to, come up with something in the next Olympics as we forge ahead to 2028. Okay, so we'll move on to another exciting story. This one is, of course, the Zambia men's relay. So this team is made of, rather it was consisted of Patrick Nyambe, as well David Luchembe, and not forgetting Muzarasa Mkonga.
You meant David Mulenga.
Sorry, David Mulenga.
And Kennedy Luchembe.
Kennedy Luchembe. How come these names are swapping?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Modem, for that. So these names were swapping. But yeah, this team as well did justice in as much as they couldn't win any medal, but they made us proud. They had to race all the way to the finals of the 400, the 4x400 meter race relay finals. In the quarterfinals, the semifinals, where they had finished in 5th position, people thought as though, it's something, like Kwapwa, but they had, in as much as finished in 5th position, but they had managed to complete at the time that enabled them to qualify for the finals. And in the finals, they did try their best, but they had finished on 8th position. But something that we should be happy is that they managed to race themselves all the way to the finals of the 2024 4x400 meter race. So big congratulations to the team for just making it to the final. And we're hoping that in the next Olympics, they'll be able to do wonders. Okay, so we move on, ladies and gentlemen, to something exciting. This is, of course, regarding the Morocco under-23 national team. Yet again, Morocco is made African teams happy, becoming the 3rd African football team to win a medal at the Olympics. So Morocco comes in after Cameroon also won a medal, and Morocco as well there, just like they did at the World Cup, the 2022 World Cup. Yet again, they've done it at the Olympics by winning a bronze medal, which is something that is so exciting. So a big congratulations right there to Morocco. At least in as far as African football teams did not do better, we did see Morocco representing Africa and coming with a bronze medal. Okay, so we take a look at the medal standings as far as African teams are concerned. So you can see right there, Kenya. I mean, I don't know, I'm not really surprised seeing Kenya topping the standings with a total of 10 medals. And in second place there's Algeria with 3 medals, South Africa with 6 medals, Ethiopia with 3 medals, Egypt with 3 medals, Botswana with 2 medals, Uganda with 2 medals, Morocco with 2 medals as well, Cote d'Ivoire with 1 medal, Zambia with 1 medal as well. There's also Cape Verde that won a medal. Cape
Verde is missing there. They won their first medal in history.
Yeah, the first
medal. At least Zambia has 3.
The first medal in history. But this list was it's like I think by the time this list was out, it should get Brett so that is the medal standings as far as African teams that managed to walk away with something at the 2024 Olympic Games is concerned. So Kenya, we're not really surprised. I mean, Kenya have been in this business for a long time. They are used to this, and I think 10. According to my perspective, looking at what effort they normally put in. And Zambia being part of the medal table is something that is so exciting. I mean, we've been hunting for a medal since the times of Samuel Matete. That's like in 1960 something?
1996.
96.
Like 28 years ago.
28 years ago. By then, I think I was nowhere.
You're not even an idea.
I was nowhere in the picture, trust me. Okay, so we'll move on to another. Yes, I mean, today it's all about Olympics. So we move on to the 200-meter race where we did see Letseli Tebongo of Botswana being the 2nd African to win a medal in as far as the 200-meter race is concerned. So this was not just a medal, it was a gold medal, ladies and gentlemen. And talking about this man right there on your TV screens, he did justice not just for his country Botswana, but as well for Africa at large. So as a way of celebrating his success in Botswana, the president of Botswana had announced a day, a public holiday, just to celebrate, what Tebongo had achieved at the 2024 Olympic Games. So yeah, it's indeed something that is so exciting, seeing African nations win when it comes to Olympics. So yeah, it's just a few numbers of African teams that get to participate. So when we get to win, I'm sure we're supposed to celebrate as Africa at large. So a big congratulations right there to Tebongo for just winning gold in as far as the 200-meter race is concerned.
Yeah, it's actually a big milestone for Letsile Teboho. You know, his mother just died in February this year.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be in Zambia actually for the awards. Unfortunately, he couldn't come because he had a funeral. And this is a person who supported him in his athletics career. So when I saw him winning, I was saying, yes, our neighbor. And, you know, he beat the likes of Noah Lyles of USA. So it's a big achievement for him.
Yeah, it's indeed a big achievement, not just for him, not just for Botswana, for Africa at large. Let's just put that in mind.
Yeah, you know, these sprint races have been won mostly by USA, Jamaica, and all that. But him becoming the first African to win the 200 meters. For 400 meters, it was Wade Van Niekerk of South Africa. So these two have made us proud in Africa. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, talking about Africa, in fact, celebrating Africa, we celebrate a young coach, a young local coach, a young female coach by the name of Rena Wamaka of Nigeria, who had coached the Nigeria women basketball team all the way to the quarterfinals of the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. So what is so exciting about this woman on your TV screens, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that, yes, she's the first local coach to coach the Nigeria women basketball team. So overall, the team has been having expatriate coaches, but they had to say, no, let's give this woman, you know, a chance to be able to coach our team. And she just did justice. Yeah, she's just a young coach, 32, and she did deliver the team all the way to the quarterfinals. Too bad they did not win a medal, but at least she did something. This is the first time that's coming up to the Olympics, and at least she was able to reach the team all the way to the quarterfinals. So yeah, big congratulations. And after that, she emerged as the best coach in as far as the basketball category at the Olympics is concerned. So talking about women, we also get to celebrate the likes of Emma Hayes of England, who has won a medal, a gold medal for that matter, with the United States women's national team. So in just 10 games that she has been with the United States national team, Emma Hayes has been able to give them something that is so exciting, and that is, of course, a gold medal. So this is what is happening. Just wrapping up, ladies and gentlemen, we get to head to another exciting event that took place on Wednesday. This is not at the Olympics, but this is something regarding the legend himself. There's, of course, Zinedine Zidane. So Zinedine Zidane is not just an athlete, an ordinary athlete, I would say. Yes, a lot of us know him for playing football, being France's main man back then. But on Wednesday, he was taking part in the hybrid charity rugby match, and he did well. In that match, he actually even had to score a try to be able to give his team maximum points and just be able to celebrate. So in the picture right there is Zinedine Zidane in action. I'm sure this is the time that he was trying to convert a try. So yeah, Zinedine Zidane has been celebrated, and one thing that a lot of people are loving is that despite him being of age, he's able to participate in different sports discipline, and he has tried the rugby category, and trust me, on Wednesday he did deliver justice by scoring a try. Yes, in as far as the hybrid charity rugby match is concerned. So Zinedine Zidane is just the best, I will say.
All right.
I think this is what I had for you, Mone.
Thank you very much. Number Tulandeko, you were not there when Zinedine Zidane won the World Cup in 1998.
Yeah, I was not
He scored 2 goals to beat Brazil by 3 goals to 0. The other goal was scored by Petit. So That's the jersey that France wore to beat Brazil by 3-0 during that final, which they hosted actually and won 3-0. Mbappe was also not there. He was just being born that year. So
But why did you have to bring in Kylian Mbappe?
we're just bringing it into perspective. And their captain is now their coach.
Oh.
So yeah, he was the captain that time, but now he's the coach of the French national team. So thank you very much, Esther Mwale, for that. So let's go to the what's, we are coming from the what's trending segment. Now we are going to the question photo. Today we have a question photo for you. We want to know how much you know your sportsmen and women. So we have a photo for you. I want you to identify just one out of the 3 sportsmen that are in the photo. Just want you to identify just one, and I'll be so happy. You can call me on 0211 25 30 25, 0211 25 30 25, or you can send a Facebook message to Modern Sinkala Sports, or Sports Hub Facebook page will be able to read that, or even WhatsApp message 0955 20 29 04. But I'll be so happy to receive a call from you. It's 0211 25 30 25. So we'll show you that photo so that you can identify the sportsman, just one sportsman among the 3 that are on that photo. Let's go to the results segment. We start with the Midlands Netball Association MENA Premier League games played at NAPSA Sports Complex in Lusaka on Saturday, 10th August 2024. We start with the Premier League, which was week 12. It was Kalingalinga United 34, Lusaka City Council 39, Red Arrows 75, Unza 17, Green Buffaloes 33, NAPSA 28. This was a very tough match, but Green Buffaloes, who are twice defending champions, went on to win the game. Then Green Eagles had a walkover result over Mazabuka United. It was 40 Mazabuka 0. In the men's league, they played week 6. Only one game was played. It was ZNS Makeni 41, Unza 28. Let's go from netball. We go to the Midlands Basketball Association MBA League. So with netball, Green Buffaloes are still leading. They've opened up actually a 5-point lead. They now have 23 points, while Prison Leopards are on 18 points. So in basketball, we start with the Super League. It was Munali Suns 49, Bulldogs 59, Lilanda Heat 65, Matero Magic 66, Lusaka Basket Kings 84. KSM Giants 32. In the Feminine League, it was Hotspurs 33, Dolphins 37, Mystics 30, Phoenix 68. From basketball, we go to football in the Samuel Zoom Ndlovu Charity Shield. It was Red Arrows 4, Cowboy Warriors 1. So Red Arrows, really, they want to win everything. So just this year, they've won 4 titles. Remember, they won the league, they won the APSA Cup, they won the Sekafa Kagame Cup, this club championship in Tanzania, and now they've won the Charity Shield. So is this a sign that maybe they may defend? But our interest is for them to perform well in the CAF Champions League. We know that the Champions League competition is starting this weekend on the 17th. So 17th and 25th are playing first leg and second leg. So all the best to Zesco United, who are competing in the CAF Confederation Cup, and Red Arrows in the CAF Champions League. So before I introduce my guests in the studio, let's dance to a song done by the Organised Family, and this one is titled Copper Queens. So I have a surprise for you.
Zambia, Copper Queens, Organised Family. Let's go Zambia, let's go, let's go, let's go, Copper Queens, let's go, Copper Queens ni bola naleza, tifake chape mulungu pasogol, na bangedi tizakwela lata mpaka number 1. Queens ni bola naleza tifake chape mulungu pasogol na bangeri tizakwela lata mpaka number 1. Hey, aboni ba Zambia Copper Queens patute bali kutalo. Oh, aboni ba Zambia oh, Copper Queens patute bali kutalo. The harder they come, oh, the harder they shapula bantota. Oh, the harder they come, oh, the harder they fall. Ndabayise, tima shapula bantota. Let's go Zambia, let's go. Let's go. Let's go Zambia, let's go. Let's go. Let's go Copa Queens, let's go. Let's go. Let's go Copa Queens, let's go. Copa Queens ni bola nalisa, chipake chape mulungu pasogol. Na bangeli tizakwela lata mpaka number 1. Oh, Copa Queens ni bola nalisa, chipake chape mulungu pasogol. Na bangeli tizakwela lata mpaka number 1. Hey, aboni ba Zambia. Copa Queens patute, bali kuchalo. Oh, aboni ba Zambia. Oh, Copa Queens patute, bali kuchalo. Feva kumendo, kwanja pa mwamba pa moto. Iwe, zungulu sa feva. Hey, feva kumendo, kwanja pa mwamba pa moto. Iwe, nati zungulu sa feva. Ukachumpila pa pitch, ufuno chaya bola na ise. Nishi iwe, wadirira bene. Ukachumpila pa pitch, ufuno chaya bola na ise. Nishi iwe, wadirira bene. Copa Queens ni bola na lisa, chipake chape mulungu pasogol. Na bangeli tizakwela lata mpaka number 1. Oh, Copa Queens ni bola na lisa, chipake chape mulungu pasogol. Na bangeli tizakwela lata mpaka number 1. Hey, aboni ba Zambia. Copa Queens patute, bali kuchalo. Oh, aboni ba Zambia. Oh, Copa Queens patute, bali kuchalo. Cherry fingers. Let's go Zambia, let's go. Let's go. Let's go Zambia, let's go. Let's go. Let's go Copa Queens, let's go. Let's go. Let's go Copa Queens, let's go. Hey, aboni ba Zambia. Copa Queens patute, bali kuchalo. Oh, aboni ba Zambia. Oh, Copa Queens patute, bali kuchalo. Zambia, Copa Queens, Organised Family. Repentagoni manamule.
Wow. So this is my guest for tonight. Yes, you know him as an artist. He's done so many amazing songs. So my guest tonight is Kent Singoyi. Yes, amwana wako mwitu. Kent Singoyi,
Yes.
aka
Oga Kent.
Oga Kent. Yes, that's how you know him. So he is a football coach. He has a CAF C?
Yeah, I have a D, I have a C. Yeah.
He has a CAF D and CAF C coaching license, and recently
Yes.
he's just joined Luyando Foundation Technical Bench. So please, you are very much welcome. We want to know more about you. Right. Okay. Right. So first of all, we want to start from the beginning, where everything started from. So at least we will be able to use your other microphone, so
okay,
that one can
beautiful.
rest. Yes.
Okay.
So from the beginning, Kent Singoyi, who is he? When was he born? In which area was he born, and how was the childhood like?
Yeah, I was born in Lusaka, and I grew up in both Mtendere and Matero. So ndiseva ku Mtendere na ku Matero. Yeah, so Lusaka. Yeah.
Right.
And I did my primary school in Ndola at Kansenshi Primary School. Okay. And then we came to Lusaka, and then I wrote my grade 7 exams at Katuba Primary School. Yeah, because my mother used to be Lenje. May I so rest in peace. And then secondary school, I'm a Munarian. Yeah.
Okay.
Munari Secondary School.
Right. Yeah. So you were trotting between Lusaka, Central Province, and Copperbelt Province.
And Copperbelt Province. Yeah.
Right. How many are you in the family?
We are the three of us. I'm the firstborn, and then there's Kent, the firstborn, and then there's Avon Singoyi, and then there's Rex Singoyi, popularly known as Oga Rex.
Oh, Oh, so it's a family.
Yeah, it's a family, and that's the reason why we call ourselves the Organized Family.
I see,
Yeah.
I see. So the three of you are in that Organized Family
No,
music.
only the two of us.
Okay.
There's me, there's Rex, and then there's Ogaro Sido, who is our
Okay.
cousin. Yeah.
All right. Let's see the song. If you can see the song, so that you can identify that this is Rex, this is, okay. So when was this song done?
This song was done last year.
Okay.
Yeah, for the Copper Queens.
All right.
Yeah.
So we want to identify. So, all right. All right. So we want to see Ogaro Sido, and he said Ogaro Sido.
Yeah, the one who is in front.
Oh, the one on the left.
On the left is Ogarex, and then the one in
okay.
front is Ogaro Sido, and then me, on the right-hand side, and that's Oga Kent. the red guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So whose order between you and Rex is you?
It's me.
Okay.
Rex is our last born.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Nice one. And which one is the teacher?
The teacher, when we started our group, we had a guy called Ogasuve. He's the one who was at the University of Zambia. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so
that's the teacher.
Yeah, that's the teacher. He was at St. Mark's, now he's in Livingston.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, nice one. You speak Namwanga?
I'm Namwanga, but I don't.
You should be coming for lessons.
For lessons,
Ndiku Sambiri's, I'll teach you.
Yeah, my brother.
Okay, nice one. So is Oga Kent a family man?
Yeah, I'm a family man. I've got 3 kids. My father of 3, 2 girls, one boy. So there's Violet Nangoy, there's Chichi Nangoy, and then there's Kent Jr.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. Would you want them to play football or to be into music?
Now we'll see. We'll see after they complete their education, and then we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with sports first. No, let's start with music.
With music. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
How did you go into music?
Our parents were Pentecostals. Yeah, they congregated with Pentecostal Holiness Church in Mtendere. So Pentecostals, they play live instruments, music. They love music so much. So we joined the choir, and then we joined the praise team. So when we joined the praise team, that interest of composing songs, started developing in me, and then I started composing songs for the church praise team, and then after that, that's when I went into secular music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at first you were called Oga Family.
Kent.
No, as a group?
No. I started
as a group.
an individual.
Oh, you started as an individual?
Yes.
As Oga Kent?
As Oga Kent. And then,
okay.
I incorporated, my young brother, and then there was Oga Suve, there was Lucido this time around. Yeah, we're having Lucido. So, it's a family group.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you said Oga Suve is in Livingston now?
He's in Livingston now. He's the one who was at the University of Zambia.
Okay, right. Okay. So, but I remember at first you were just called Oga Family. Then you changed it to Organized Family.
Organized Family, yes, exactly. Because, we did the song Oga at that time,
And that's the song which brought you on the scene? On the scene.
Yeah, so, when it brought us on, on the scene, and then, people thought that maybe we were Nigerians, and we came with our music. So, it used to sound like, music from West Africa. So, I said, no, we are Zambians. Yeah, so we changed it to Organized Family. Yeah.
All right. So, at what point, because we've known you to be a musician all this time.
All this time, yeah.
Only to learn that, no, you are now a coach. How did the interest come about?
Because, when I was young, I used to play, I played soccer too much.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to, when we used to live in Mtendere, we used to play at Mahatma Gandhi,
Oh, because you grew up in Mtendere,
yeah. So we played, we used to watch White Timbewe, Sande Ngoma, Zanako, playing, Fwayo Tembo, yeah. So now I've played soccer, like all my childhood. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So, but you
also played bare feet.
Yeah, bare feet, Chimpombwa. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, yeah, you know, the interest, my interest changed. You know, I started doing music, but you know, I've played soccer all my childhood.
Okay.
All my childhood life, I've played soccer.
But how come you never went for? Did you play any professional football, like playing for any club?
No. I only played school. I only represented, you know, my schools, you know, at that time.
Okay. How good were you, and what position were you playing?
I played as a striker.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to call me. You know, when I started. You know, Chimpombwa, the way Chimpombwa is, you know, you'd find that Kuriatucha Mwafana, you know, so when you play in the younger ones, I used to play defense, and then they even gave me a name, Chicken George. You know?
After the Zesco United coach?
Yeah, the name after the Zesco United coach, yeah. So they called me Chicken George Rwanda, and then, you know, in the seniors, I used to play, you know, as a center forward. You know, and as a winger, so they gave me, I gave myself a name, in fact, and I used to call myself Edson Arantes. Yeah,
right.
The name for
Pele,
Brazil.
Yeah.
You know, but the locals, you know, called me Chicken. So even now, if, you know, we are walking through the, you know, streets of Mtendere, so Chicken, not what you You know, they called me Chicken.
I see.
Yeah.
But what made you not to go far in football? You never thought it could be a big career for you?
You know, a long time ago, you know, parents didn't support much of, you know, our talents. Yeah, so, you know, church, you know, they believed, you know, they were Pentecostal, so we used to go to church, you know. Yeah, so, like every Sunday. So the thing is that, you know, joining the praise team, you know, they were happy, you know, I mean, but when it came to football, you know, you come with injuries, you know, Vironda, you know, Simzatamba TV Kasambeni first, you know, so, you know,
Yeah.
that, you know, challenge whereby, you know, parents didn't support much of, you know, us playing football. But when it came to praise, to singing, you know, in church, because they thought that, you know, why not our Pentecostal church, so, you know, they're doing fine, you know. So we ended up, you know, that's the reason why I even came up with, you know, the interest of, you know, doing music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you changed from gospel to secular, were your parents in support?
Our parents, you know, passed on like in 1998. At that time, when we started music, they were both late. Yeah. At that time, now we shifted from Tendere to Matero. Yeah, our auntie used to. I mean, she's the one who adopted us and started, you know, staying with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So, so now it's you now this time thinking of coaching, since you couldn't go like professionally, you couldn't play
professionally, yeah.
football.
So now I thought of, you know, just.
Is there anyone in particular who inspired you to go into coaching?
Into coaching, yeah. So I've followed big names, like in football. Like I'm a fan of Toto football. Yeah, Netherlands football, Dutch football, Toto football. So I'm a fan of the late Rinus Michels, the 1999 coach of the century. You know, he's the one who coached in the 1970s. He used to coach Ajax Amsterdam, and then you know, his best player was Johan Cruyff. You know, they won the Champions League. At that time, they used to call it the European Cup, the European Club Cup. So yeah, so for now, I believe Toto football, like they call it. I mean, the journalists, you guys call it Toto football, but it's called positional play, like in coaching. Yeah, so I'm sure it's the best football, best style of football, like in the world today. Like Rinus Michels coached Johan Cruyff, and then Johan Cruyff is the one who mentored Pep Guardiola.
Right.
Yeah. So,
interesting.
Yeah. So if you talk about total football today, I'm sure it's ruling the world. Yeah. Under 20 women's World Cup. Spain, they are the champions. You know, UEFA Champions League, Barcelona, Spain, they are champions. Women's World Cup, Spain, they are the champions. You know, the Champions League for men's. You know, Real Madrid. You know, when it came, I mean, the recent just ended Olympics, Spain, they are the champions. So for me, positional play, total football is the best football.
All right.
Pep Guardiola, you know, getting like 4, you know, quadro league titles in England. Okay. So yeah.
So your first license you got was Fast D.
Fast D. And
Okay.
the licenses, there's Fast D, and then you go to CAF. Yeah, so CAF, there's CAF C, there's CAF B, and then there's CAF A.
Okay.
And this time around, I'm sure coaches are allowed to tutor, like coach Premier League sides when you've got the CAF A license.
Right.
Yeah. But
So
for me,
with
I'm also
your-
pursuing.
With your CAF C, which teams are you able
No,
to
CAF
coach?
C, you can do maybe unders.
Okay.
Yeah, under 15, under 9, under 15. Yeah.
Okay.
But this time around, when it goes to under 17, under 20, they need those guys, those coaches with advanced licenses like the CAF B, but this time they're going for CAF A. And then there are also licenses like the UEFA licenses.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm trying to pursue this time around.
You're trying to persuade UEFA,
The UEFA license.
UEFA Pro or UEFA A?
No, UEFA licenses, they're like 5 levels. Yeah, so there's the first level, and then there's the UEFA C, and then UEFA B, and then UEFA B Advanced, and then there's UEFA A, and then there's the last one is the UEFA Pro.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, Bwana Karusha Wada, I'm sure he has the UEFA A, not the Pro, but the A. And then the one I know that who was the African coach who was the UEFA Pro is the South African Benny McCarthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you coached any team before joining Luyando Foundation?
Luyando
So at the
Foundation.
moment you are with Luyando Foundation.
I'm with Luyando Foundation. I formed a team, the one we're calling Student FC. So we started from the provincial league, yeah, and then we were promoted to the national league, and then from that's where we are now. And then this time around, I'm joining the Premier League side, Luyando Foundation.
All right,
Yeah,
and
so
that's you there with Luyando Foundation.
With Luyando Foundation.
At
now,
Nkoloma
at
Stadium.
Nkoloma Stadium, playing the friendly game against Red Arrows women's team.
When was that?
Last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
Okay, what were the scores?
No, they hammered us.
The CAF C license should work there. What was the scoreline?
Yeah, it was 5-1 somewhere. there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who were some of your key players? Was Margaret Gondwe there?
No, they're not there. We were trying the players that we got from the provincial league.
Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't use the main team. We used the newbies, to just try them out, try to see how, we can, groom them.
Okay.
And prepare them for the Super League, which is starting next week, I'm sure.
All right.
This week.
So you are the head coach for Luyando?
No.
The assistant?
There I'm like an assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you seeing your team going into the new season?
Yeah, we survived last season. This season, I'm sure we are eyeing for a 1 number, slot on the log. Yeah, so we want to finish number, 5, 6, 7, somewhere there.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be telling us about the project. I can see there is a book there,
Yevo.
which you've written. So you're not just an artist or a musician, but also an author.
Yeah.
This is interesting. But before you show that, let's just remind our viewers that there's a question photo that we've asked you. We want you to identify any of the 3 sportsmen that are there. Yes, there are those 2 at the bottom and the one who is standing. But if you just give me one, I'll be glad. So the numbers are crawling on your screen. You can call us or you can send us a message. We'll be glad to hear from you. Who are those players there? How much do you know about your sportsmen and women? Are you able to guess there? When did you start watching football? Just tell me if you know, but keep your answers.
Yeah.
Would you know?
Yeah.
You have an idea?
The defenders, yes. The defenders, yes. I'm sure I can mention maybe one. I'll keep it to my
Yeah, just keep it yourself for now. Right. So the book looks attractive.
It's entitled
more.
Chimpombwa Football.
All right.
Yeah. So
let me hold it. Right. Chimpombwa Football.
Chimpombwa Football. Yeah. So when when you're trying to apply, for coaching licenses, we go through FAS. FAS. So the TD, the technical director, you know, is the one who assists like almost all the coaches, you know, to apply, to do what, ABCD, you know, yeah, and these other things. So when I approached him, and then I told him about, you know, my soccer experience, and he said, okay, so you can also do soccer. I said, yeah, I've done first D, I've done blah, 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 licenses, coaching licenses. And then he said, okay. So I told him to say, no, I'm writing a book. I wrote this, specifically for Zambia. And then there's another book that I'm writing. It's called Purple Football, Passing and Progression. So he said, no, why can't you come up with the Zambian version? I said, okay, I'm doing the Purple Football book. But I can do the Chimpombo because I know Zambian football. So like in this book, I started with the history of Zambian football, and then, you know, the problems that we're facing, you know, how good we are, and the problems the challenges that we're facing tactically as you know, as a country. And then I also came up with the solutions, like what we are supposed to do, you know, in order to improve, you know, our game and to improve our football in Zambia. Right. So that's what this book is all about.
So the coaches should grab this book.
The coaches should grab this book. Yeah, it's a very powerful book. It has got, I even named it the lexicon of soccer tactics, modern soccer tactics. Right. Yeah, so it talks about, you know, the problems that we face, even some teaching methodologies, you know, that coaches are supposed to inherit and to start studying in order for them to, you know, like improve their game when it comes to teaching football. Because we're not talking about modern tactics, we're talking about new things. So which means we start by teaching. Yeah, that's when we go to coaching, because coaching is all about perfecting. Yeah, so, you know, I've introduced things like the Bloom's taxonomy in the teaching as a teaching technique. There are a lot of, you know, new teaching methodologies that I want, you know, the coaches to, you know, to study. And then when it comes to teaching methodologies, I also want to approach like the Minister of you know, Education, you know, to sit down, you know, with the educationists in order for us to come up with like a simple syllabus, you know, like a simple teaching syllabus whereby we can teach our coaches, like using, you know, University of Zambia, you know, maybe the Faculty of Education. So in order for us, you know, to educate
let me just browse through. So, wow, I can see that it even has the photos.
Yeah, photos. yeah. That's so 1994.
The question I asked here, there is some leakage here.
Yeah.
There's some leakage. This is interesting. So this is very interesting to follow. I can also see the 2012 triumph.
Yeah.
Heverena, the 2012 team.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. So we expect, come this new season, we expect Luyando Foundation to be at another level. Based on the tactics that you've employed here, you should be able to apply them.
Yes, and the course that we're having, that I'm doing at Luyando, is about, 90 days. So possibly after 4-5 games, you see a very different Luyando.
I can even see Barbara Banda is also in here.
Yeah, the Copper Queens, you know. The
Lamek Banda. Cletus Chama.
Yeah. Even our own
Florence Muida. I can also see Chaiwa.
Yeah.
This is a must read. This is a must read.
For sure.
So even when someone has little interest in football or in coaching, when they read this book, they can have ideas.
Yeah. Some will even develop, interest to even start, doing, soccer coaching courses. Yeah. It's a very interesting book, and I'm sure it's a first one, like in Africa. Yeah.
First of its kind.
Soccer coaching manual book.
So this is ready for people to buy, or it's still in draft form, it's still being...
Yeah, I'm still, working on it. Possibly maybe after a month, and then it will be in the shops. Yeah, so the idea is for us to, when it's done, the idea is for us to maybe go to all the constituencies, so that we can, maybe the ministry can buy copies and then, supply them to all the constituencies in order for the coach to have a grab, start studying the new modern tactics.
I can't wait for it to be already ready. It looks exciting to me.
Okay.
Looks very exciting indeed. Indeed. Let's see another. I can see that board.
Okay. Oh, the board.
Yes. Tell us, how essential is this tool in coaching?
In coaching, yeah. So in coaching,
so you can just tilt it a bit this side to face the camera.
Side?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So in coaching, what happens is that, like for example, here in Africa, we, like you guys, about marking, like getting the ball from the opponent.
Yeah.
But you know, marking is the second thing that we do in football. We start with pressing. We first press, and then after pressing, that's when we mark. Yeah, now, so for example, like if you're using this board, it has got those pieces.
Yes.
So we find that we move the pieces, you know, when explaining, you know, trying to, you know, to understand it.
And the players are able to understand when you move
to understand the pieces when you move them, you know, because those are their positions.
Okay.
Because when it comes, I mean, soccer, like this pitch, it has got what we call zones. Yeah, so like on one pitch, they're like 18 zones. Yeah. So for example, you'd find that maybe maybe the fullback is going out of his or her own zone. So if, no, you're supposed to go back to your zone. You know, do ABCD. You know, when you move, when you're pressing, you reach this line, and then, you know, you stop. You know, there's a lot of things that we discuss. You know, when it comes to, you know, this soccer board.
Were you watching the Olympics?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. The game between Zambia and Australia. How best do you think the Copper Queens should have handled that game when they were leading by 5-2? Yeah,
in football, there's what we call game management. Yeah, for example, if you are like the game that, like the Europa game, yeah, Spain scored 2 goals, and then, you know, they went into what we call, you know, what we call game management. You know, whereby you sit back in your own half, and then, you know, wait for the opponent to attack. You know, because when you're marking, there's what we call making the field of play, you know, smaller. You know, you compress the field of play so that you are able to reach out to your opponents. Because once you don't make, once you let the field of play like be as big as it is, you know, it's very difficult for you as a team which is out of possession to get the ball.
Okay.
Because there's what we call in positional play. There's what we call 6 seconds rule. You're supposed to get the ball in 6 seconds. Yeah, so you're supposed to, for example, if you're in attack, you know, what we call turnovers, whereby you are in attack, and then you know, you lose the ball, and then, you know, from attack, you're supposed to, you have that turnover from attack to defense. You know, so you'd find that if you're in attack, and then you have that turnover, you're supposed to make sure that you compress the field of play, and then, you know, you're near your opponents so that you can enter into their zones and you know, man mark them. Yeah, because like here in Africa, people think that maybe man marking is redundant. You know, it's no longer. You know,
I remember those days. Coaches would say, "Umuntu pa muntu."
Umuntu is still there. It's still there. But the thing is that you're supposed to start with pressing first. You press, and then that's when you mark. So you're supposed to press, and then after pressing, that's when you mark. So when you've got a turnover from attack to defense, you're supposed to make sure that, you know, you drop into, you pick up players, because I mean, you're supposed to compress the field of play, and then, you know, those opponents will be near you, so it will be easier for you to pick up those players and then doing your man marking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So going forward, what would be your advice to the Copper Queens? I know the next big tournament will be the Africa Women Cup of Nations. Yeah. So what I was trying to say, like my explanation, you know, the Copper Queens, the problem that that African football, not the Copper Queens, not the Chiporopolo, but the whole continent. The problem is not knowing a lot of, you know, when it comes to knowledge application on the field of play, there are a lot of things that we don't do as Africans. Like, for example, I'll tell you about lines. They are what we call lines or blocks. You know, the defense line, the midfield line, and the front line. So you'd find that these blocks are supposed to be visible on the field of play. Yeah. So now, I talked about marking, pressing and then marking. So you'd find that African teams, we don't press, we just mark. So like, for example, at Luyando, I'm teaching that. When you're just marking, you chase the ball. But when you press, you compress the field of play, and then you make the field of play smaller, and then man mark your opponents. It's easier for you to get the ball. Like, for example, you can't get the ball. You know, the field of play is about 100 meters long, and then the lateral is about 50 meters. You know, it's very big. Yeah. So in order for you to get the ball, without pressing, it's very, very difficult. The Copper Queens, the all African teams, we don't press. We don't press. We don't go with the pressing. For example, the center forward. If the center forward presses, the defense is supposed to push. The midfield is supposed to push. The defense is supposed to push, so that you have those smaller gaps in between. There's a language that we say in between the lines. Yeah, so it's supposed to have smaller gaps in between the lines. The defense line, the midfield line, and the front line. So now, like the Copper Queens, you'd find that Barbara Banda will press.
defense as a center forward, and then the midfield won't follow, and then the defense won't follow as well, and then you have these bigger gaps in between the lines. So you'd find that these European teams, they are very clever. Like the last goal that the last goal that Australia scored against us, the players are all over the pitch. Yeah, so I'd find that if you're not, if you ask Mourinho, he always, talks about compact defending. Yeah. So compact defending means pressing and making sure that the lines are closer to each other. You know, the defense line. So, for example, if Barbara Banda presses, the midfield also follow, and the defense also follow. So what will happen is that the defenders will be maybe on the center circle and then leave the space behind. You know, that's pressing. So after you press, and then after you press, that's when you mark now. You pick the players. Umuntu pa muntu. That's when the umuntu pa muntu comes in.
So that philosophy, how long do you think it would take for Louis and the foundation to grasp your ideas?
My ideas, I'm sure it will take about, because that's when I recently started. I'm just like 2 weeks old, and then the whole like as a holistic, the whole lesson is about 3 months. So possibly we're going to play like 4 to 5 games. Okay. And then after 5 games, I'm sure we're having like 4 games in Osaka. Yeah, we are going to host Choma Warriors. We're going to host Nchanga Rangers. I'm sure Nchanga Rangers will be our first game. And then we'll host Choma Warriors, and then we'll visit Red Arrows, and then we'll go to Green Eagles.
What position do you think Louis and will finish this coming season? What's your target?
Our target is number 5. Number 5, number 6. Yeah.
Okay.
One number. One number.
Why can't you go for the top position? You're fearing to challenge Green Buffaloes, Red Arrows.
No, we're not fearing.
Zescondola Girls.
Zescondola Girls. Those are our big teams, like Green Buffaloes. You know, they recently played Choma Warriors from the National League, in the Charity Shield. And then they managed to beat, Choma Warriors by 10 goals to 0. Yeah.
So before we go, how are you going to be striking a balance between music and football coaching, or have you stopped music?
No, we haven't. In fact, this year we are producing our album. Our album for 2024 album. So I'm still doing music. Okay. I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, I want my name to enter into the Guinness World Book of Records as a musician and as a successful musician.
And you want to be successful in both. Yeah. All right. Finally, as we go, what's your biggest wish in coaching? Where do you want to reach? Where do you want to see yourself? I've
invented the new style of football. The one that I mentioned, the one I'm calling Pro football. Yeah, so possibly after doing my UEFA license B, I'll introduce my new style of football. I'm eyeing to coach, European clubs.
European clubs. Yeah. I like the ambition. Yeah. Well, thank you so much to Oga Kent.
Yeah.
Also, his real name, Kent Singoyi. So, for the question photo that we asked you, we'll give you the answer next week so that you can keep sending. So you have the WhatsApp line, you have the Facebook. So make sure you send all your answers, then we'll come and read them next week. So I was hosting Kent Singoyi. Until next week at the same time, my name is Moden Tapechela Singala. Mwana wa Kwiranzi. Goodbye.